out like, why would I want to rush? Why would I want to do that?
I tell a lot of people, I tell my white counterparts, I think everybody should have to experience one semester to get the feel, to get the ambiance of what it's actually like. And to have some of those teachers, because the professors, Stephen A., I believe they sincerely cared about you on the chart. I remember going to a class and his name was Haynes Walker. And Stephen A., he'd come to class with a piece of chalk this big in his pocket. And he'd start writing on the board. And he said, on this page, such and such, and in this chapter, such and such. Man, what the hell? How did he know all of that? Every day, for like 3 weeks. So I got the text. I said, I'm going to find out how he knows so much. I started reading. Text by Haynes Walker. Yep.
He wrote them.
That's him. That's how he know everything. And from that point on, I felt that every class that I went to, every professor, doctor.
What up, y'all? Check in, where we at, where we from, all that. One of my chat to roll.
That's right. Ain't no question. And listen, they cared. They held you accountable.
They did.
They felt like they were an extension of the family that you parted from.
Right.
And they made.
That's my chat not showing up.
Like if you disappointed, if you ended up being a disappointment, you disappointed them.
Yes.
You disappointed yourself. You disappointed your family. You disappointed your community. It was a level of accountability, and not only that, they highlighted the.
I can't read that, bro. Type that again. Light level up.
Like, listen, we've been here.
What'd you say, fam? I can't even read that shit. I'm trying to see it, but it came too late. My bad. My chat thing was fucking up for a little bit. Still gotta get my light level up. I think that's what you said. My phone is dead, so. Listen to Stephen A. I don't know if y'all can hear that or not, but oh shit, I can't hear it.
Hanging with people and talking to people every day where your experiences are not foreign to them. They all know it. So they're going to lift you up unless you don't want to be.
Right.
When you don't want to be, they know to leave you to the side because you ain't about it.
Right.
We going to stick with people who's about something. And that self-accountability elevates everybody.
I think back, Stephen A., I started off, I was Prop 48, so I had to start off in developmental studies.
Right.
Developmental studies is remedial.
Right.
So in other words, all you're taking is classes that doesn't go towards graduation.
Right.
Dr. Joyce McLemore, I'll never forget, I had a reading class. And after 2 days, she called me up. She always called me Mr. Sharp. To this day, when I go back and see her at Savannah State, she calls me Mr. Sharp. She said, Mr. Sharp, I don't want to see you in next quarter.
Yes.
She
they
said,
all say that.
She said, you're too smart. She said, you have no business being in this class. Right. Now, Mr. Sharp, I don't want to see you next quarter. She told a story, everybody, because at that time I ended up graduating, got my degree and playing in the NFL. She said, y'all see that young man on television? He was in this very class, but he worked his tail off to get out. And I did. A lot of my teammates were embarrassed. Because, it wasn't a regular class, Stephen. It was a trailer.
That's right.
And, it was right next to Peacock Hall where I went. I would go eat breakfast and walk right up in there just as proud because I wasn't ashamed because I put myself in that situation. Right. See, you shouldn't be ashamed of something that you put yourself in.
Right.
I put myself in that situation.
But a lot of times people don't see themselves as putting themselves in that situation because they're not willing to absorb and accept accountability. See, the beauty of being involved with athletics is that you're surrounded by people who make you accountable for yourself. It's like a human mirror. You know when you didn't work hard.
Right.
You know when you didn't put in the work. You know when you didn't listen to the coach. You know when you didn't do all of these things. So that transitions to other forms. It could be the classroom. It could be anything else. I remember even before I got to college, 7th grade, it's in my book, Straight Shooter. My 7th grade teacher, Mr. Caravan, looked my mother dead in the face and she said, your son is not a dummy. She said, he doesn't listen with things he's not interested in. He drifts.
Right.
So what happens is you think he doesn't know and he didn't understand. He never heard him. He will literally drift and he doesn't hear anybody anywhere. He said, but when you find out what he's passionate about, you'll have a star on your hands.
Right.
And that's what you said. And that came in handy because years later when I was a beat writer, especially when I was covering the 76 and stuff like that, I have this uncanny ability. I'm not saying it's a gift.
Tell me, you don't fear Vanguard operations?
I have been in an
Do you fear
arena
the Crucible?
with 20,000 and I didn't hear a word. I didn't hear anything. like I'm on deadline.
Right.
I got an article to write. I got 20 minutes to write 800 words. And I literally have the ability to block out all the noise. And it reminded me of what Professor Caravan said to my mother about drifting.
Right.
I drifted to a different place, except this time I saw the positive in it.
Right.
Because a lot of times when you're hearing that noise, you can't focus, you can't concentrate, you can't get the job done.
Right.
I could, because I could lock in and I could tune out the noise.
You sound like an athlete. If you've heard athletes say it's like everything slows down. Everything is moving in slow motion. I don't hear not one of those 85,000 or those 30,000 fans that are screaming. I hear nothing.
Right.
Everything is just hush.
Yeah.
And I can actually hear my heartbeat. That's how quiet it is, even though I'm in a stadium with 80,000.
And those are the great ones. As an athlete, those are the great ones. Because the ones who hear all the noise are the ones who succumb to it and they panic. They're sweating a little bit extra, palms sweaty, backsides tight. They can't really handle the pressure. They fold under the pressure. But when you can be composed and poised under pressure, particularly on the field of athleticism, whether it's a quarter play, the field of play, or whatever the case may be, you got a star in your hands. That wasn't me. That was me when it came to my job.
Right.
I could tune out all of that noise. What people have is pressure. It's like you said, we do television every day. I'm in front of the camera, bro. I worry about nothing.
Right.
I'm not fazed. I don't care who's in front of me. I don't care what noise people are saying on the outside. I don't care about the camera folks. I don't care about the producers in the control room. I don't care about the bosses of this, whatever. When the camera is in front of me, I believe I own it.
Right.
And I'm not fazed by anything. It just doesn't faze me.
Right.
But I've seen people who have been reporters, for example, and you put them in front of the camera, brother, they sweating bullets. They nervous as hell, they stuttering. They don't know what to say. They're trying to gather their thoughts. They're trying to be ultra careful. They don't know what to think, what to say, or whatever the case. And I'm like this, they have no chance.
But people think it's easy. Everybody can't talk on camera.
Right.
Everybody can't speak in front of us in front of an audience.
Right.
We've seen some of the greatest players not be able to do what you and I do on the regular, and people just like, well, how do you do it? You just do it.
You just do it.
I don't see you. I don't hear you. All I hear is my own voice.
Right. I'm a little different than that. I think that you and I would be a little bit different than that because that's your gift and that's cool. Me, as anybody producer, anybody would tell you, when I'm on the air, that's why they named me the executive producer. First thing, I ain't asked for the job. I didn't need another job.
Right.
The last thing I need is another job, bro. It ain't like they throwing extra money my way for this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't happening. But they came to me and I'm like this. I was like, why? They said, you're producing the damn show anyway on the set. You're looking at the camera. I know this camera's on. I know this camera is off. I'm imagining what the audience is doing because I have a connection with the audience.
Right.
This is what they want to hear. This is what they don't want to hear. This is who they want to hear from at this particular moment in time. This is who they want to hear from at this particular moment in time. All right, Steve, it's time to jump in. All right, Steve, it's time to lay back. Because the objective is the show. It's not me, it's not you, it's the show.
Correct.
And the objective is to make sure that the people on camera are maximizing their potential in terms of their presentation to the audience to grab them and to reel them in.
Right.
That's how I'm thinking.
Right.
And now, it wasn't at the beginning. At the beginning, I was a lot like that. But as time went on, you're just seeing it. You're saying, well, wait a minute. Why did this?
You're the quarterback.
The Red Legions.
I've always, that's what I've been.
See, for me, I know what everybody's supposed to do.
Right.
But I focus on my job. Now, if I need to tell somebody their route, or they need to, hey, this blitz, you hot, or you got to block.
Well, you showed the world that what you posted on Twitter. You said, who laid it up for you? Who laid it up
you
for
already
you?
do.
And then you like, yes, that's what you're supposed to do. That to me is my job.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Like, when you say, these viral, and people ask, when do you know what you're going to say? A lot of times when stuff goes viral, I had no idea because I don't know what he's going to say.
Right.
You don't know what everybody's going to say, but sometimes it just happens. A moment happens. How much is just reactionary? Or because, like I said, you have a lot of different. You have Mad Dog, you have Ryan Clark, you have Do, you have Swagoo. You have so many different people, so it's hard to get a beat or rhythm to what they're going to say.
5 gods lately.
Lead your team to victory. Gear Fifth Luffy joins the fight.
If you don't know them.
Okay.
And if you don't know the audience.
Okay.
And so what happens is, I know what the audience wants from Ryan Clark. I know what it wants from Swagoo. I know what it wants from Molly. I know what it wants from Mad Dog. I know what it wants from Olasky. I know what it wants from Shannon Sharp for the purposes of that show. And so I'm looking at Shannon Sharp and I'm like, I'm a three-time Super Bowl champion. That's one of the greatest tight ends in NFL history. That's a Hall of Famer. And damn it, he loud and he's boisterous. He gonna come right at you and all of this other stuff. Okay, this is what they want and this is what they're going to get.
Right.
Now, you don't want to give it to them too much, all in one bowl.
Right.
You want to spread it out. You want to sprinkle it out.
Right.
You want a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit. All right, it's 10 o'clock. Boom, 10:15, here we come. The momentum is swelling. All of a sudden, it might be a little bit too much. You might want to dial it back a little bit because we coming at 11.
Right.
We might come at 11:15, but we coming at 11:30. See, that's how I'm thinking.
Okay.
So it's like, okay, yeah, I want you to shine, and I want you to be you because I'm going to beat me.
Right.
And so here we come. And the audience is watching. How do you know that? Because you're paying attention to the audience.
Right.
You're not sitting up there manipulating them. You're not disrespecting them. You're showing them you appreciate them because you're paying attention to what they're telling you and showing you they want. A lot of times, you have talent. And it's like, listen, this is my lane. And there's something to be said about that. When you know who you are and you know what you bring, that's not to be disrespected. That's to be appreciated. Okay, here's his strength. Well, if I have a different strength, how do I get to complement that so he can shine while we shine? That is the objective when you're trying to win, and it's applicable on the football field, on the quarter plate, or on the television set. But how many people are thinking like that? I'll tell you who. The winners think like that. The losers don't. Wow. It's very simple.
You know what? I want to address some comments that you said because you said condolences in advance.
Yep.
He's the modern day Black Hulk. He's not used to getting beat down. Welcome to the beat down.
Well, let me tell you, let me elaborate. First of all, obviously I was talking about physically. I got no shot. I got no shot. I mean, let's get that out the way right now. Let's get that out the way right now. You understand what I'm saying? Let's get that out the way right now. I will not talk about physically. I got no shot whatsoever. But you know, I've seen you debate quite often.
Yeah.
And
I'm good at this thing. I'm listening for a champ.
You can do your thing, but you know, you ain't never been up against me. You see, it's a little different going up against me. You see, what happens is you got people that are trying to win the debate to be right.
Yeah.
False. It's about your perspective up against mine. And who can convince the audience their perspective is better than the next. That's what it's about. You see, a lot of times it's a mistake to argue with Shannon Sharp about the facts of football. You don't do that. Not if you didn't play.
Right.
Oh, no. Oh, please, you got no shot. But you can go like this. You know something? It's really nice. I heard what you said. But you see, you said this 2 weeks ago. That's not consistent with what I just heard. I mean, you saw this game right now. Now, I'm not you, but damn it, I got two eyes.
Right.
I saw that. Are you telling me what I saw was a lie? Really? You're sure about that? Well, didn't you say this a year ago? You see, these are the kind of things, like, you obviously, you love yourself some LeBron James.
Yeah. You know they're going to happen. He the GOAT. He the GOAT.
He's not.
Say it with me.
He's not.
He the GOAT.
He's not. I just got off the phone with MJ last night. Just to remind him.
You should have hung up on him.
Just to remind him. I hung up on that.
Yeah. Say the GOAT.
The blasphemy coming out of your mouth right now. Okay, it's okay. You can believe that. You can believe that.
The man still going to wrong 21. But we'll do. I'm sure. You know what?
Right.
The first LeBron topic don't need to be nobody. Don't need to be nobody there.
Here's what's gonna hurt you. Here's what's gonna hurt you. Because you see, when you talking like that, people are like, no, I'm gonna sit back and let you talk. And then I'm gonna say, you finished? Are you finished? You sure?
No.
And then you're gonna be like, nah. And I'm gonna say, you gotta wait now, because I waited. Here I come. And you have to deal with the tsunami that I'm gonna bring, I'm gonna rain down upon you when it comes, especially to that subject. Especially to that subject. And that's where you're gonna hurt yourself. Listen, LeBron, listen.
Huh?
I got this man.
Can I fix your side?
The game started.
Can you fill us some water?
Yes, sir.
I got LeBron James, the thousands of players that have played in the NBA. I got him number 2. All time.
Yeah.
You got people walking around like that's disrespect.
It is.
I got him. No, see, that's the most. That's the most right there.
Most.
That's the most right there. Listen, let me tell you something right now. I personally believe a legitimate argument can be made that I'm sitting in front of the greatest tight end in the history of football. Some people bring in Gronk, Tony Gonzalez, other
Travis
players,
Kelce.
whatever, Travis Kelce, of course.
Gates,
Bring all this stuff. But you in the conversation,
Yes.
you understand? And you know because your brethren, I mean, they give you mad love and respect, right? I can say that. But my point to you is that
Let's see what we do today, fellas.
if somebody said you weren't number one, you don't feel insulted.
No.
So why you got to be insulted about LeBron?
Because.
That's emotion.
No,
that's
they
my
don't.
point. That's emotion.
But the goal.
Huh?
See,
that's emotion
you
right
told
there.
me the storm was coming.
Right.
See, your storm happened for 9 years, then took 2 years off.
Right.
And it happened for 3 years,
Yep.
and took another 3 years off.
That's right.
And then it kind of just was like drizzling.
Right.
My storm been going for 21 years raining.
Right, you can say that, and my retort to that would be 6 NBA Finals losses.
So they only. Hold on.
Just a fact. There's 6 final losses.
Yeah.
6 finals losses.
Let me ask you a question.
6.
I just want you to tell me one thing, and we're going to debate this.
Sure.
Tell me the team that he faced that was the 2017 or the 2018 Golden State Warriors.
What do you mean? I don't understand your question.
Michael Jordan, tell me the team.
You talking about Michael Jordan?
I want you to tell me the team that Michael Jordan faced that was the equivalent of the 17 and 18.
No one. Can I respond to that?
Sure.
Can I tell you why? No one. Do you know why? Because none of them had Jordan.
No.
That's exactly why.
Okay, let me ask you
That's exactly why.
Oh.
See, that's the ultimate equalizer or usurper. Pick whichever one you want to pick. Do you understand that Jordan is 6-0 in NBA Finals?
Yes.
Do you understand that Jordan was MVP all 6 NBA Finals?
Yes.
Do you understand that Jordan never even allowed a final series to go 7 games? You
Yeah.
understand that? It never went 7 games.
I also know he didn't start to go in the finals until Larry Bird back went out.
Excuse me. 10-time NBA scoring champion. 9-time all defensive first team. You do know that, right?
Yeah.
All right. So in other words, it was LeBron on both sides of the ball. Was he that dominant?
Oh, he was the better, but you know he should have won it. You know he should have won it.
Are you kidding me?
Stephen A.
Are you kidding
Stephen
me?
A. Give me this. Okay. You know good well LeBron James should have 1 Defensive Player of the Year. How does Marc Gasol, who's a second-team All-Defensive Player, be Defensive Player of the Year?
The zones are yours if you fight for them,
But
guys.
the flip side to it is that as we watched LeBron James, even with his greatness at one point in time as a defensive player, we never looked at him and said, "Oh my God, that's
Zone
that
C
dude
captured.
defensively."
Yeah.
You had now LeBron is universally respected. MJ was feared.
Enemy claims
You know the
zone
difference.
B.
You know the difference.
Enemy
because
claims
there are
zone
people who
A.
have feared you. You know the difference better than me. You know the difference between reverence and fear. You know this?
You like John Wick? I like James
He's all
Bond.
right. He's all right. Hold on.
John Bond.
Can I have James Bond? I prefer
Oh, you want
James
that?
Bond. I prefer James Bond. You can be John Wick.
Okay.
I prefer James Bond.
John Wick shot up the whole
Zone
place,
B
kill everybody.
Okay.
Zone
James
advantage
Bond
is
killed
yours.
a few people and got the lady. They do
That's
that,
right. Remember when Halle Berry was walking out
What else come up out that
when she was
water?
walking out the ocean and she said, "Magnificent view." Remember that?
I remember that.
The smoke. And that was where that's stuff. The stuff like Pierce Brosnan, but Daniel Craig, of course. Sean Connery,
yeah.
the man. Okay,
Zone
I
C
mean,
lost.
I'm trying to say the versatility
Zone A
of James
captured.
Bond.
You
is
have
weird.
zone
You know
advantage.
what I'm saying?
Go
And
James.
you could say that, but at the
Could
end
guard
of the
1 through 5. You seen him do it.
I'm not denying that.
Sometimes
Zone
Tony
B,
Park on
no.
one end.
I'm not-
In the last 5 minutes, say, I got Timmy D.
I also saw him get checked when Jason Terry was guarding him in the post in his finals against Dallas. Or deny that?
No.
Okay then.
So
Let me ask you a question. Has there ever been a time when Michael Jordan showed up in an NBA Finals and you literally looked at him and said, "Yo,
You captured
He
zone
didn't show
C.
up.
You have zone
He
advantage.
ain't even playing
Zone A
nobody.
come on."
Let me ask you a question. I'm going to do it like this here.
Sure.
Tell me the guy that he faced that was the equivalent
Zone
of Kevin
B
Durant.
captured. You have
In the
zone
NBA
advantage.
Michael Jordan.
Well, I wouldn't
Or
say
Steph Curry.
I wouldn't say the equivalent of Kevin Durant, but let's go down the list. He beat Magic for his first title.
Magic was 73.
Okay, I'm going down the list. Going
Okay.
down the list. I didn't hear you say that when Magic was here. You didn't say that when Magic was here.
But
You
here's the
didn't tell him that.
The man
but it's okay.
that gone to nine finals
I
in
feel
10 years.
I feel you on that. And by the way, you took Vlade Divac and those guys.
Yes.
It wasn't Kareem and Worthy and them. I got
But you saw what he did to Jordan in the first game, right?
Allow me.
Put a triple-double on him and had to put Scottie Pippen on him. Okay, I ain't gonna say he backed him down.
Back to
Made it look like Kareem and Caldwell Jones. Okay, go ahead.
That's fair. Magic Johnson's first title. Clyde
Zone
Drexler
C
his
lost.
second title.
Power play.
Charles Barkley,
Enemy
Kevin
has your
Johnson.
zone.
Don't ignore that. Dan Marley and them the third title.
Good.
Okay. Peyton, the glove with Sean Kemp.
That's one Hall of Famer.
And then also you got Karl Malone, John Stockton.
Yes.
And you have an NBA game that was considerably tougher at that particular moment in time than today's NBA game is in terms of physicality and what's allowed.
Yes.
So you can appreciate this.
Yes.
You can appreciate that.
But see,
when you can put your
captured zone
forearm
B.
on
You
people,
have
when you
zone
can
advantage.
hand check them,
That's
when you
a
can do a
power
lot
play.
of things you can't do
You
now.
took
Right
them.
now you're getting
Now
caught
hold.
for passing gas.
True, you will. But
It's a
here's-
different game now.
But here's the
Zone A
thing,
lost.
Stephen A.
Okay.
What you and the old school guard
Okay.
have equated physicality with
Okay.
talent and skill. The guys in
I'm not
today's
denying
game
that.
are more skilled.
I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that. But you would know this better than me. Even though the game of the NFL has evolved,
Yes.
you know good and damn well that if you were playing in this time, you would have adapted.
Yes.
You played in that time, you adapted.
Yes.
The game in the 60s and 70s, you would have
have
adapted
to
those
adapt.
times. So what I'm trying to say to you is this. Michael Jordan was what he needed to be. If he was playing today, he would be what he needed to be in order to be successful today. That's all I'm trying to say. When you see greatness on that level,
Yeah.
you have to concede that that's the case.
But see, all they asked Michael to do was to cook. LeBron had to cook, he had to clean, he had to wait tables, he had to take orders.
Well, you can say that, but what I'm saying
Now, ain't no half saying that.
if the brother's doing it on both sides of the floor, then obviously he's doing more than one thing.
He doing that too. But
Why is he doing more
how
than
many,
one thing?
how many guys you know that are top five
How about
scorers
this?
and top five assists?
How about this? How about with Shaquille O'Neal,
Zone
Penny
C
Hardaway,
lost.
Nick Anderson, 3D, Dennis Scott, and those boys on Orlando, right? How about the fact that they couldn't even get the ball past half court because Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan had them on lock?
Yeah, with
Full
Ron
court press.
Harper.
Full court press. We ain't never seen LeBron do that. We never seen LeBron do that.
LeBron do that.
You know, stop it. He never did it.
You remember when D?
He never did it.
You remember when D
Stop
Rose
it.
was the MVP? Y'all voted D Rose MVP. What you do to D Rose in the
Zone B
playoffs?
lost.
Excuse
Power
me.
play.
Excuse me.
Enemy has
D
no
Rose, what kind of team he had? You couldn't tell me you know when those boys was a supporting
There was
cast.
enough. They did enough to get the number one seed.
So
You
what?
didn't say nothing.
So what?
You voted him MVP. That's why I called him. I told him.
I voted him MVP and still
5
picked
minutes
Miami to
remaining.
win that series. I knew they weren't going to beat Miami in the best of 7. But it's different.
Your
All right, but that don't mean
enemy
LeBron deserved the
can't
MVP.
get
And oh, by the way, I don't even knock LeBron James for not getting the MVP because when you're that great, you're not going to put all your efforts in over 82 games. You're playing for April, May, and June. So this entirely plausible. I'm very fair to LeBron James. Your dollar
Zone
sign?
C
Most
captured.
times. Most times. Actually, I'd say all. It's just I feel like I see it. I'm not emotional.
Yeah, you know what? I got a call today from one Michael Jordan. He rolled up on me in a black SUV and rolled the window down.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
I was scared. I thought it was a drive-by. It was a drive-by. It scared the living hell out of me. You understand? I mean, that's an absolutely true story. But at the end of the day, all I'm trying to say is that LeBron is great. Throw no shade on him. He's one of the greatest ever. Top three.
I think you have to see you saying one of
First of all,
it.
first of all, he will never be better than Jordan to me. But more importantly, let's go to Kareem. 19-time All-Star,
I bet.
6-time league MVP, champion on the high school level,
They don't
Kyle
get Kareem
Memorial,
credit.
champion
You know they don't get
at
Kareem credit, though.
UCLA, champion in the NBA. Okay,
6 times.
good Lord have mercy. Okay,
6
all-time leading scorer before LeBron surpassed him. All of that stuff happened. I'm just saying, come on
let your
now,
enemy
the resume
take this
is
without
better,
a
but I
fight.
still don't believe he was the player that LeBron James is.
Yeah.
All right, but what I hold, and I'll say this to you, I'll tell you something that I'm very good at. If you took LeBron James' career from 2012 to now, and that was his history, from his first title to what he is now, and you wanted to make an argument against Jordan, I'm listening. The problem is we don't get to ignore those first 7 or 8 years where there were a couple of occasions where one, he was accused of quitting, and I don't believe that, by the way.
No,
I don't believe
they
that.
accused Noah of drunkenness.
No. I'm talking about
3
God still gave the
minutes.
heart.
I got you, but I feel you. But it's true, but it's still But the point is, but the point, I don't believe that. There's a lot of stuff going on with LeBron. That's none of our business. That was totally unfair to him, including his dad. But that's a different story for another day. I never held that against him. But when you got 4 games against the Dallas Mavericks,
If you say, you know what?
you cannot get past
I
that.
can't argue out that.
Enemy
I can't argue out that.
And that to me sealed the feel about the MJ LeBron comparison.
So what if he were to win a
Zones
title
are
this
your
year?
life,
Don't
God.
matter.
At 39 years of age.
You want to play
Go
with me
get
next
it.
time? I'm on Xbox.
So that don't erase Jordan.
Deric sell cars.
That-
Well, see, there you go.
That doesn't
See,
make no
see, that's
sense.
the argument that people have when I was talking about Tom Brady not playing well. I'm not trying to take away what Jordan's accomplished.
I agree.
He got those rings.
Right.
He got 6 Finals
Right.
MVPs.
Right.
He has 6 championships. He has 5 regular season MVPs.
Correct.
If LeBron gets another title, Stephen A., I'm not going to erase what Jordan did, but he already here for me.
Okay.
All he's doing is just
But what I'm saying to you is I already talked about the Dallas thing.
Yeah.
And I talked about moments which you can appreciate. What I'm trying to say to you is that when you are that dude,
right.
that doesn't happen to you often. That happened to Magic when they called him tragic because
Yeah, 84.
Dennis Johnson 84 and all
Yeah.
of that. We get all of that. You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying? But for the most part, that doesn't happen. And this is the kind of thing that you also have to pay attention to as well. Not only do you not get to say that about Jordan, but when you look at LeBron, think about this. You want me to tell you what I hold against him just as much as I held against the Dallas performance?
What?
The following year with the All-Star. He got the ball in his hands. It's an exhibition.
Oh, he
It's
passed
an
it.
exhibition. It's not. It doesn't count.
Right.
It's all in fun.
Right.
Kobe claps his hand, God rest his soul,
So
and
come
he's
on
like,
with it.
"Yo, let's come on
Come
with
on
it."
with
You got D Wade on the court. You got Melo in the corner,
Yeah.
and he threw the pass. And all 3 of them, along with Kobe, descended on LeBron and said, "Yo, what's up? What you doing?" Because they knew he was psyched out. He was messed up. And what I'm saying to you is that Kobe wasn't like that. MJ wasn't like that. It's D Wade wasn't like that. In his first NBA Finals appearance, they down 0-2 to Dallas. D Wade goes berserk, averages 37 in the last 4 games. I'm just saying, it's stuff like that. It's not that you look at LeBron and you diminish him. It's just that you can't elevate him above somebody like MJ when I got that evidence to support my argument. That's all. And that's why I got him number 2 all-time. God strike me down. I mean, my Lord, what an insult. I mean, the number 2 all-time in the history of the game, and it's an insult. Only you and Rich Paul and people like that feel that way. Most of us sane individuals know better.
No. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
You and I had a conversation, and people are like, well, how close are you to Stephen A? I said, I met him in 2014 when I came on the show.
Yeah.
I said, we've talked over the years, we exchanged numbers, and we've talked over the years.
Yeah.
But I said over the last year and a half or so, I was going through some things, and he was the one guy that was in this business that I felt I could talk to. It would stay between us, but he would give me sound advice. And so now you have your thing with First Take. You are the voice, you are the face of First Take, you're the first face of ESPN. What made you reach out and say, bro, I want you?
Because I got love for you, bro. And that's just me being a man and speaking as 2 brothers. You know our former boss at First Take, Jamie Horowitz, who was over at, he brought you over to FS1 and all of that. And he knows my history. He knows what I stand for. I remember when I first arrived on First Take, and I rolled up in there and I saw a bunch of white folks. And I said, "Yo, where the
Hey,
brothers
there we go.
and the sisters at?" You don't think I'm gonna be sitting here working with a bunch of white folks?
No.
I don't mind white folks. I ain't got nothing against y'all. God bless you.
Control.
You understand what I'm saying? You all brothers and sisters, the eyes of God, all the said and done. But you ain't gonna just have me surrounded by a bunch of lily white folks. You better
Wait till I get after this one, man.
Little pepper in here.
a little pepper up in this mix. You know what I'm saying? And so, he brought one.
Take
Then the
those
next thing
zones,
you know,
Guardian.
I picked 2 or
Victory
3 others
demands
and
it.
made sure to diversify that staff. And then one of the things that I did when I came in there, I knew Skip was going to want to debate me or whatever, but I was talking about subject matters.
Enemy claims Zone C. You captured Zone A.
Respected me enough to
Damn,
get my
already?
because I'm built different. What I mean by that is I don't believe in like I will not be off my foot. Corporate stuff, democratic stuff. That stuff you know. But I'm talking about in terms of my on-air performance, my job
Zone B
performance. I don't worry
Zone
about it.
advantage.
You know what I worry about? The day that I want to leave. And I haven't done anything to get out of us. And so for me, it's like I look at you, I think that you're smart, obviously,
Lagging, bro.
never get these things. Super Bowl championship, Hall of Fame status don't mean nothing. I don't roll with that. That's not who I am. I'm the kind of person that
Zone A lost.
I
Enemy
argue
has
with you
zone
about football, but I
advantage.
want
You
the audience
have
to know,
advantage.
yo, you the football expert.
Right.
Not me.
Right.
I'm the reporter that walks in, and I'm like, this is what I saw. Tell me I'm wrong. This is what I'm seeing. Tell me I'm wrong. This is where I'm coming from, just like me and you talk about.
Right.
I know you. I don't give a damn how much basketball you know. You don't know no more basketball than me. I learned from living legends and all this stuff, but I still want to hear what you
That's
have to
why
say.
we
You
have
can listen to me
fire
talk about football. Why the hell can I listen to you talk about basketball? And so all of that, and then your heart.
Zone A
being
captured.
a conscientious brother.
Keep the pressure
Caring
on.
about the issues that you're caring about. Nah, brother. I ain't about it. And yeah, I got
Zone
mad
B
dogs,
lost.
so that's white. I got Dan Orlowski. That's a white dude. You see what I'm saying? You know, just Saturday at 1 on the show. That's a white dude. The bottom line is I want it all. I want to make sure there's brothers, there's sisters, black and white, ethnic, you know, Hispanic, Asian, Mountain, who it is. I want to make sure we're representing America and we make sure everybody on our show says,
Zone C
I
lost.
can identify
Enemy
with
has
what they're
zone
saying.
advantage.
But in the end, when it comes to me personally, you know, whether it's Ryan Clark, Marcus Spears, all right, it's Damian Woody, it's Louis Riddick, this goes on and on. My brother Michael Irvin, that's now over at FS1, Keyshawn Johnson. These are my boys. I go back decades with these. These are my brothers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They will tell you, ask anybody that knows me, I'm about getting you paid. I'm about helping you become successful. I'm about letting you shine. I'm not threatened by anybody's appearance. It's my obligation.
But you heard it. You've heard the comments.
Yes.
Man, Stephen A.
Zone
man,
B captured.
he's
You have
strong-willed.
zone
He
advantage.
brags. Blah blah blah.
Right.
Shannon, strong-willed, iron.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
How is that gonna work?
They don't know.
You know what I tell people? I'm saying two people that
Zone A
strong-willed
lost.
can
Enemy has
absolutely get
zone
along
advantage.
as long as there's respect.
Absolutely.
The moment one disrespects the other loses respect for the one that disrespected him.
Right.
So now it's just a matter of time.
Exactly. And that's not gonna happen.
No.
Because I don't roll like that.
I don't either.
I don't roll like
No.
that. It's like, yo, I'm gonna argue with you about your point, but you know what? We gonna agree, we gonna disagree. But at the end of the day, we brothers, and we gonna sit up there and try to do what we can to make our product shine.
Zone
That's our
B lost.
responsibility.
It's a power play. Get those zones back.
All we're doing is inhibiting the other success.
Right.
We're getting in the way of what we're trying to do.
Right.
That makes no sense whatsoever. And not only that, it's bad as everybody. Because what happens is that
Zone
so
C captured.
They can't sit up there and do a show together. They can't get along. You see that crabs in the barrel mentality, blah, blah, blah. Nah, man, we showing something different. You know, first take, I've been blessed with another
Captured Zone B.
nobody.
You
You've been number one
have
for 12
advantage.
years. We're going to be number one for 13. It's just that simple. At 14. Then 15. That's the way it's going to be. That's about my mentality. And I don't root for anybody to fail. I just root for the best. And it's hard enough to turn anybody that's with me. Be the best. This is what we're going to do. So now it's we. It ain't me. It's we. And when you come to this, this is where we start. You're going to see this family. You're going to see we get along. It ain't fake. We roll with one another. We vibe with one another. We watch one another's back. It has always been that way under my stewardship of the show. And I can say my stewardship of the show because the show was handed to me. They ain't come to me and I just took the title and all. No. They came to me and said, it's yours. You're responsible. If I didn't want Shannon Sharp at first,
Enemy has
show
advantage.
Absolutely.
that's just how I roll.
No question.
But I had to
5 minutes
come out
left.
that day because
Keep it up.
all that you were
Bro, when
going
you was
through,
telling me this behind the
captured Zone A.
scenes, what you're
Zone
saying now
advantage is yours.
is that you told me months in advance because you were telling me things that were going on in Fox. Hell, I didn't know it. I'm like, hold on. I thought this building every day. How the hell you know what I don't know? You telling me, bro, it's going down like this. It's happening like this. And I'm just scratching my head. I'm like, I'm at this building every day, and everybody cheesing and peasing in my...
Was I right?
You was absolutely spot on.
And by the way, it wasn't because of Fox. It's because I know the history. I've been here 30 years. I can see it a mile away.
Zone A
I can
lost.
see the handwriting on the wall. I knew when it was over for you, bro. I'm gonna be real with you. I knew when it was over. And I was like, you see what I'm saying?
You did?
Because I knew what was gonna happen. What happens is, when you got noise, you don't call it like this. I'm going to call it.
Zone B lost. It's a power play. Get those zones back.
Evident, apparent, situations like that.
You captured zone A.
You know, the collusion going on. Instinctually, people tend to make this
Where?
and that's why I came out. The number one reason I came out, even before first tape was even on my mind, the number one reason I came out, Shannon Sharp, I said,
3
I want Shannon
minutes.
Sharp on first tape. Because I wanted the world to know. That was I wanted the world. I didn't want you to be in a situation where the sports world looked at you and blah, 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 blah. So I said, if he ends up, he ends up here. The honchos know I want him. But more importantly than that, this is a brother that I've done a lot of good work on television that is called our community. And as a result, it's incumbent upon me, because I said, to let them know
Right.
he's wanted. Right. Don't cut him off. That's what they did to me. And I'm not talking about you. They cut him off.
Zone B.
They were right in my head.
Zone advantage is
And I
yours.
knew it. And I said, I was just
Zone A
fortunate
lost.
enough
They
to
have
enough
advantage.
connections and to do what I do to overcome it. I don't know if this is so let the world know he has me.
That happened. That absolutely happened like that. Because when I was talking,
your enemy
and you
take
like, bro,
this
I
without
got
a
this,
fight.
but as soon as I get out of this meeting, I'll get you. And we were talking
captured
20
zone
minutes,
A.
30
You
minutes,
have
an hour.
zone advantage.
And you took every last one of my calls. And I'm thinking to myself, and I remember getting on the phone calling my sister, and I was like, maybe it's probably going to happen. I say, because it's not coming from inside,
Zone
it's
B
coming from
lost.
somebody that I
Enemy
know
has
knows the
advantage.
business. And he wouldn't bulljive me. But he told me that it's a 95% chance that it's gonna happen, and he wants me on his show. And I'm like, I think I'm good at what I do. And for him, it did my heart good. Because I know what you represent in this industry to say, I want him on my show.
Now
Whatever they say, I don't believe nothing. Look,
1 minute left.
you go back and from when I was with the Broncos for 10 years, went to Baltimore for 2, back to the Broncos for 2, CBS for a decade, I was off for 6 years. Now, one person never said anything bad about Shelly. He's difficult to work with, he just says that. My greatest compliment from players is guys that were on my team say, Shannon Sharp's the greatest teammate I ever had.
Controlling those
He's my
zones
favorite
is the
teammate, the
only
way he
path to
approached it, the
victory.
way he was. And so for you to come to me and to say what you said when you didn't have to do any of it, and nobody would have held that against you. Because like you said, that's what would have happened. And I heard it. Man, he must have did something. No, showed up every day on time and did a hell of a job. I remember when Jamie Horowitz, who we were talking about, came to recruit me in 2016 in April at the W Hotel.
Envelope icon.
He said, "You're gonna be a star."
Yeah.
I said, Jamie, I know what. He said, "Trust me."
Yeah.
He says, "I know
But
talent."
it goes deeper than that. Because you see, Jamie, whether he wants to tell you this or
I'm so
not,
used to. I'm so.
I knew
freaking
back
used to
then Skip was auditioning you.
white friends, man, you
Because
touch that
whenever I took off, you would be there.
Yes.
And what Jamie wouldn't tell anybody is that there were extra days that
There
I
we
would
go.
take off. Just so Skip could bring you on.
game.
Because,
We in there.
again, if you're not
Let me join you.
creating opportunities for other people, what good are you?
Right.
My pastor says, and I'm not the most religious person in the world. I mean, as promiscuous as I've been in my lifetime, at least for the first. I mean, I am in no position. You know, I'm a lot better now over the last decade or so. But Lord, I have my issues, no question about it. And you know, my pastor would say all the time, there's no success without a successor. And so when I look at, you know, for me, all the brothers that are on the show, one of my proudest moments was when Michael Irvin came last year. And the reason why it was proud, because I love the playmaker. I mean, he and I are very, very tight with brothers. And I know what his name brings and the stature that it holds. And so you're thinking that he comes and others are going to feel alienated. But if you watched him when he was on the show with us, it was a brotherhood.
Yeah, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
He's a great man.
And it was a brotherhood.
See, you know him because you know how great he is.
Exactly.
He loves everybody.
But it's like all of these, Orlovsky and RC and everybody, Swagger, they wanted to be on the air with him. And so my point is that
Yeah, we actually play, bro. We actually play out here. So typically we run Gambit and Crucible and stuff like that. Like, I haven't bought any of the expansions, just cause I was like, yo, I'm not paying $100 for that. I'm just not. But we play some of the legacy stuff. I think that's the new. I think we got the new Xur thing, and that was about it. But we have a good time. You know what I'm saying? Crucible, Gambit, that's stereotypical shit though. Yeah, I'm down for whatever, bro. Not yet. Actually, I'm down to try one.
You want to try one?
Yeah.
It is
Cool. I'm with it.
So scout rifle, fusion rifle,
and I got my auto rifle. Boom. I keep that. Boom. If it'll let me do it again, I have not bought any of the expansions. Don't plan on it. It's old as hell. I can't believe they start charging $100 for the fucking expansion. I was like, bro, are you serious?
Yeah, I'm a day one player, so they kind of get all my fucking money.
I get it. See, I would do it too if I had been that, but we left and came back. You know, like it literally had been probably about 2 or 3 years. My boy was like, so we went to like we'll typically play games together and shit. Like when I stream, I'll just I think it was Wolong. We were playing for a good little bit. We beat that to crap. And it's like, all right, what's next? I played Hogwarts. Didn't even finish it 'cause it's too kiddie for me. I like some more adult stuff. And then shit, what else we played? We were gonna get an Elden Ring, but it doesn't have crossplay. So I was like, man, I gotta be on PC to do it right. So that sucked. Yep. Let's go. Might bite the bullet and go ahead and do it because I do want to kind of see what the new storyline's gonna be. For the last one, yeah. What's happened, bro? Like the final shape, yeah. What's happened so far? I know Kay died. That's pretty much the last thing I remember. And then the witness came through with some shit.
Yeah, the Kay died in Forsaken. There's been a few expansions since then. I kind of took a break after Forsaken 2. Got back up in Beyond Light when we got Stasis. And then we had Witch Queen, where we had to go kill Sabbath there. And Crow, the guy that killed Kay, he actually came back as a guardian. His name's Crow.
Oh shit.
He's a hunter too, which is amazing. But after that, he killed Sabbath for Lightfall. Witness showed up and was basically trying to run the pants. And pretty much we went through that storyline. It wasn't super great. It didn't explain a whole lot. Lightfall was kind of a letdown, which Crows were good. But at the end of Lightfall, Traveler, he witnessed inside the Traveler.
Holy shit. So it's okay. Wow.
All right, Guardian.
Okay.
This is a smash and grab. Smash some hive, grab a chunk of submine.
And live to tell the tale.
Aroth's battle song emboldens her soldiers. End it.
That perimeter tower to friendly. You're welcome.
This is a first right here.
Xivu Arath moves in the open, but I worry we are missing a piece of our enemy's plan.
Maybe for now, but we'll have a Warmind up and running soon. If anyone can outmaneuver Xivu Arath, it's Rasputin.
I gotta get more. I gotta get into it. I typically have the same build fucking everything.
Patch me in and I'll get that door open again.
I catch you all the time. You still use that shit? That's
Ghosts are clear to move.
That wasn't that bad, all things considered. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't too bad. I know there's one that me and my homeboy were doing. I legit was like, yo, fuck this. Oh, wow. Okay. Touch the red and die. Gotcha.
Vault security re-up. You know what to do, Guardian. Vault open. All right, Malahayati, here we come.
The Thunder Clash.
Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna pop it.
the city this week.
The Hive aren't so easy to root out. It's been tried.
Then destroy the moons. I could have replaced it with a singularity
that
or
sucks, man.
a station to maintain tidal gravity. There are options here.
Possibly.
I've seen firsthand the brashness of Golden Age humanity. Odd that the collapse didn't humble you at all. It is better to keep the Hive concentrated in one place. Show them they are threatened, and they will cease to make obvious their plans.
Is that what happened? Yeah. I'm trying. It's like slowly but surely getting up there. We've been running, you know what I'm saying? Doing a couple runs and everything, but it's mostly Gambit and everything else. So that just sounds good, too. Let's see here. 97, 50,000, yeah, cause when I'm chasing after my boy, he just broke like 17. I think he just broke 1,800. Like, just did it.
Well, now with the reworks to everything, it'll be easier for you to get pinnacles. You can get all of your pinnacles from doing whatever you want now. You can get all of them yeah, not bad. You want to do some just normal things?
Shit, I'm down to run something like that again. Actually, let's do how this. Let's do one Gambit real quick, and then I gotta run for a quick second. I gotta go pick up these kids something to eat. One last one. Yeah. If you down, bro, shit, I'm gonna just hit you up whenever we jump on here. Like I said, my boy's gonna be on later on tonight. He's driving to Michigan from Indiana, so he got his game with him. He's like, I have kids, bro. I'm just ready to fucking turn up. I was like, let's go. So, oh.
Yeah, man. If I'm ever on, you can just give me a...
For sure.
Sometimes I play with my group, like we're trying to do a challenge to do raid. So. PvP portion of this, I'll let you invade from that. I'll take care of the PvE side.
Oh, for real? Damn, it's my shit, man. It's you know, something to kind of, that's typically what we warm up at. We'll end up on Crucible.
That's fair. I'm playing just against the fancy hand cannon. After that, shit made me rage. Team white. Yeah, I'm not that fucking good.
Over here, got a customer complaining. It's like, bro, it's the weekend. Jesus Christ. I'll be following this.
Oh. Fallen on the horizon. Fallen. Yeah, I'd go out there with you, but upon my Galahorn. Shucks. Prepare for transmat. Let's hunt some hostiles, brother. Bring their moats to the bank.
It's pretty simple. Just kill, turn in moats, and invade. I mean, I do sometimes it depends on kind of go bad. I don't pay it all the time if they're like
hostiles inbound at the beach.
Yeah, obviously about to get their economy or something like that. If they have a shit ton they haven't turned in, I'll jump over there.
the blockers! Incoming wave at the ruins. Large blocker en route to the enemy. Feels good to be a bad guy, right? Portal's up. Go look him in the eyes. Your ally's invading the other side. Got eyes on a high-value target. Track it down. Your invader's back. 3 kills.
Let's go. Over there.
Invaders here. Brace yourself. Enemy invader down. Hey, you can't blame him for trying. High-value target neutralized. Hostiles inbound at the beach. Portal's up. Go take them out. You're being invaded. Find them before they find you. Allies headed to the other side. Enemy invader down. Free to hunt. Sending small blocker. Get those moats to the bank. It's time for a primeval. Your invader's back. 3 kills. Hostiles in the trees.
Alright.
Half pint taken, headed to the other side.
Here we go. Turn him in, boys. Let's get it,
Primeval's here. Kill it and win this. Watch your back. Invader incoming. That primeval's compromised. Hit it with everything you've got. Opposing team's got a primeval. Kill yours now. Enemy invader down. Free to hunt.
Where the fuck did he go?
The lead's yours. Primeval's not long for this world. Burn it down and take this game. You got style, brother. Hey, try not to clear these gambit arenas so fast.
Bro, we did one the other day.
Takes work to lure these guys all the way out here to fight you.
Bitch. We did one the other day where I think they barely made it to get their primeval before we went, bro. That shit was fucking nasty. Fucking nasty. Alright, brother, I'm gonna hop off for just a little bit. I'm gonna grab these kids and eat. We'll be back on probably about 45 minutes if you're still on it. Alright. sir.